Today, before I do the video reflection, I'd like to read the resurrection story presented to us from Matthew's Gospel. After the Sabbath, as the first day of the week was dawning, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to see the tomb. And suddenly there was a great earthquake, for an angel of the Lord, descending from heaven, came and rolled back the stone and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothing white as snow. For fear of him, the guards shook and became like dead men. But the angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid. I know that you are looking for Jesus who was crucified. He is not here. He has been raised, as he said. Come, see the place where he lay. Then go quickly and tell his disciples he has been raised from the dead, and indeed he is going ahead of you to Galilee. There you will see him. This is my message for you." So they left the tomb quickly with fear and great joy and ran to tell his disciples. Suddenly Jesus met them and said, "Greetings." And they came to him, took hold of his feet, and worshiped him. Then Jesus said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go and tell my brothers to go to Galilee. There they will see me." I tell you that this account of the resurrection story in Matthew's gospel has become my favorite. Yes, like the others, there are women who go to the tomb in order to care for Jesus' body. And like the others, the stone is rolled away from the entrance. And like the others, there's an angel of the Lord that appears in dazzling white. And this angel tells them, "Do not be afraid," and then reveals that Jesus has risen, is not in the tomb, and tells them to go and tell the disciples that Jesus will meet them all in Galilee. And then the women quickly make their way to return to where the disciples are gathered. And it says they are filled with fear and great joy. And then, as if he's unable to contain the enthusiasm of his own resurrection, Jesus appears to the women on the road and says, "Greetings." He doesn't wait until they're all in Galilee together. He appears to the women and says, "Greetings!" Exclamation point. It's the most excited Jesus is throughout Matthew's gospel. And in that greetings, I can hear exuberant joy. In that greetings, I also hear perhaps a desire to alleviate the women's anxiety. And I also hear in that greetings excitement that they will all be united again together in Galilee. You know how it feels, don't you? That greetings moment. In recent weeks, I've had it. Maybe you have too. That time when you pop out to the store being as safe as you can be, but you need to replenish your supplies, and you see a familiar face. And although you keep your socially distancing, there's that moment, there's that eye contact, and there's that greetings that you're so excited to see them. Or if you've been brave enough to embark on Zoom technology, that very first time you get the video on just right, and all of a sudden other faces that you know pop up on the screen, and you look at it in the gallery view, and all those smiles are saying greetings to you and welcoming you, and you are welcoming them. Well, for Mary Magdalene and the other Mary, they are greeted just the same by Jesus on the road. They thought they had lost him forever, and here he is, standing in front of them, saying greetings. And in response, we are told that they came to him, they took hold of his feet and worshiped him. during this time of suspended worship together, public worship, we're all looking for ways to hold on to Jesus in whatever way we can. People are live streaming, people are Facebooking, people are either even gathering in parking lots, which I do not recommend, to listen to preachers preach the gospel. We are all trying to figure out how to hold on to Jesus. And when we come together as a worshiping community, that's when we hold on to Jesus the tightest. And that's why we miss our time with community. And we also miss sharing in those holy sacraments together, particularly Holy Communion. Holy Communion is central to every Sunday worship experience we have. And we are stuck in Holy Saturday. Holy Saturday is the one day in our church calendar where our Book of Common Prayers rubric makes very clear there is no celebration of Eucharist on this day. Even on Good Friday, while we don't consecrate the bread and the wine, we can have left over what's called reserved sacrament available to administer the bread and the wine on Good Friday. Not so on Holy Saturday. Here we are, a Holy Communion people, stuck for a time in Holy Saturday. But I contend there are other ways to hold on to Jesus in that time. We can remember Jesus throughout these days of suspended public worship. And if it's true that absence makes the heart grow fonder, then when we do gather together again, when we stand around the altar and receive the bread and the wine, our hearts will burst with joy for the fondness that has grown in the midst of our absence. But for now, we'll hold on to Jesus and we'll create a Holy Communion that looks a little bit different. It's a virtual Easter collage of Church of the Servant faces, all saying, smiling, their greetings to one another. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you continue to experience it and feel the joy that each person felt as they submitted pictures and as I felt as I put them together. And after you've seen it, continue the message of greetings. Pick up the phone, log into Zoom, say greetings to someone you miss. Perhaps our practice this Easter season for each of the 50 days will be to reach out to someone and say greetings. Don't put it off. Just like Jesus on the road to Mary Magdalene and the other Mary, appear unexpectedly and say greetings. Today, tomorrow, and each day of Easter. It will bring you joy, and it will bring joy to others. So I leave you with the customary greeting on Easter morning. Greetings, Christ is risen. The Lord is risen indeed. Alleluia.